How is Agility Ventures how are they keen to invest in early stage startups, and what is the potential they look for these startups when they are investing, and some of the domain areas which you are focusing on, and what are the ticket size or the for the early stage ventures as of now, and what could be their involvement with you?
So we are primarily focusing on markets uh, more than anything else. Our first area is the market. The size have to be big, which can expand fast, and a large market size. That's what our focus area is. Second, we give $100,000 check, which is about 75 lakhs, to the company we invest in. Uh, for the founders, we are not very specific of their academics or of the degree they are holding. We are okay with the dropouts. We are okay with the first time founders, 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, that's not a problem at all. And a little bit focusing on the product market fit and product market ready. That's where we would like to invest in. If it's very early, it's not yet tested, we would pass it on to the accelerator or incubator where the company belongs, so that he can come to the market with the product which is ready to be launched. So that's how we invest.
Anila, if you want to highlight a couple of points, how government is planning, or how MSME will shape up, or any impact of the pandemic on the current investment fund scenario?
Yeah, recently SIDBI have launched two more schemes. One is I guess Argo, and another one is Swaha scheme. Through this, they are providing various kind of funding to the MSMEs to cope up with this recent, like as Mr. Das said, there are lots of scopes to grow up also for the startups, like setting up of the oxygen plants, and various relaxation are being provided by the state governments also. To start with, they can use those kind of scheme, as the rules have been relaxed out at keeping into mind the present situation.
So, Zaran, this is a question for you, since Enthil is focusing more on the health tech startups, and given the pandemic situation, and what could be the way ahead, and what do you look after this pandemic, or maybe a few months more? We don't know what's coming up for the few months, or maybe the next year. So, what's your view on this, on the health tech startup especially?
Right. So one thing we've noticed at Antil, because if you understand the core philosophy, we work very much arm in arm with corporate partners, and in the health tech industry, it's patients, payers, and providers, right? So who are the big corporates that startups look to work with? It's the payers and providers, the insurance folks and the hospital folks. What we've noticed is earlier, where sales cycles were much longer for health tech companies to sell to a hospital or to get approved under an insurance scheme, primarily because these industries have usually been reticent and careful about what they're actually putting out in the market. That is shortening very, very rapidly. Because what's happening is both these folks, the providers and the payers, are realizing that health tech companies are the ones that are causing an improvement in quality and turnaround time. The other thing that we're seeing, obviously telemedicine is scaling rapidly. What we're noticing that's very interesting is, as you move to tier 2, tier 3, and quality of care, let's remember a large number of patients actually travel to the tier 1 cities seeking better care. What we're now noticing is, beyond telemed, we're looking at teleradiology, where radiologists that are centralized are supporting patients using health tech companies in the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns. And we think this is only going to accelerate. We've also realized, as everyone has, that once we come out of this, and we're all optimistic that is going to happen soon, the healthcare infrastructure is going to rely more and more on technology in order to help the people actually doing the care, providing the care. So technology that helps you detect cancer faster, for example. Technology that helps support your diabetes, for example. Things that keep people at home and don't bring them to the hospital consistently and constantly, all of these healthcare technologies are going to see significant scale. We feel that this has been, it's not a paradigm shift or anything, it's just been an accelerant for these industries to start embracing early stage tech companies a bit faster than they would have. So that's kind of what Antl's view has been. To put it into more concrete terms, in the healthcare domain, Antl works with HCG, Healthcare Global, they're the oncology chain across India, to do a scaling program in health called Lumos. And we've just seen that their appetite increase because everyone is looking for solutions today to be able to tackle the challenges that we're having today and be able to do this efficiently tomorrow. And that's what we're noticing in the healthcare sector, Shiva.
Startup activity during COVID, it has exponentially increased. Very, very happy to say that. The only difference that is that we have seen is that those meetings have become remote due to the obvious reasons. So we used to have a lot of face-to-face meetings, in various offices. For example, when it comes to the development aspect, the corp dev or the funding aspect, there were a lot of meetings in our Bay Area offices and also in our India offices, almost on a daily or a weekly basis. All of that has moved virtual. That's the only difference that we have seen. But beyond that, there has been, what has changed is that there has been a shift from verticals and technologies as a focus area for funding. And, some of the verticals that have come up really strong over the last year or so in terms of not only funding, but acceleration and partnerships and deal values that we have seen, and also, I would say engagements that we have successfully completed. Is the first is, of course, life sciences and healthcare and medical devices. So this is one sector that has seen a lot of activity. I'll take few examples. There was a startup that's working on near infrared technology to detect veins. So that's a startup that we were working with to see how it can be, scaled up to a level. Does it need investment? So, how can we, enable that within HCL if there are customers that would like to partner with it. That's one example. Within the retail sector, we have seen definitely, the shift from in-store retail to more on the e-commerce side. So some of the segments that has moved from the in-store aspect have been, areas like definitely cybersecurity in the in-store, the e-commerce aspect, e-com, where, we're looking at fraud prevention as some of the themes that have come out really strong from an e-com perspective. Also, fulfillment, supply chain and fulfillment towards the e-com sector. These are some of the focus areas that have come out really strong in the last year. And the third, I would say, that has seen a lot of, I would say, attention and focus. AI as a technology has moved now towards just 1 or 2 years before, or I would say 3 years before, we were seeing a lot of POCs. We were seeing a lot of early stage discussions there. Now that we have seen that, we know that there are a lot of teams that have been established that are doing in-house AI development. We are seeing prescriptiveness of AI or prescriptive AI, or AI becoming more simpler as the use case. So a lot of companies are now coming up with the challenge of making AI more and more simpler, and also AI having a bit of more trust into the perspective. So that's a mix of focus conversations that we have had with the startup ecosystem. And then the last I would reserve for is one of the technologies that has seen tremendous inflow of conversation is quantum computing, that we are focusing on as a strategic area. So that was on the startup activity. We've engaged with more than 50 to 60 startups over the last year. So that's been the quantum of work there, and the stage has been also seed stage, has also been pre-series A, and also going towards series E as well. And also some of the factors that are very important for us is we look at the repeatability of customers that are there. We look at ARR. We look at also, if I talk at the health aspect, right, we also look at how many of those customers can have a vertical centric use case also. So we are looking at technology to solve problems for multiple industries there.
It was really good hearing all the speakers. Thank you all. I'll be just taking one.
Is the face. He was there for all the organizing and coordinating. His support is fabulous. So Head Start also I must thank, because they have been a fabulous partner to all the marketing efforts they are putting in. So it's great partnership we have right now with HCL, Head Start, and the Source System, and Agility Ventures. So Agility Ventures is also providing a great support to our startups for any early stage startup funding. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anila, Zaran, Achyut, Das, Mukesh, and all the team behind this Head Start and AIC. Thank you, everyone.